Hi everyone. We're going to have a look today at what a layer translator in AutoCAD is and why is it that we typically use it. So what I've done is I've got two files over here. One is basically a Civil 3D template from the UK and another one from the USA, which is just the normal one that it comes out with. So the layers are named in a specific way. You'll see that on the layer properties manager. You've got, if you look at all of the layers, there's quite a lot that's happening over here, and this is named according to the British standard, and they've used some filters, some property filters for their layers to isolate them into groups. And then they've also got, if you click on alignments, you can see all the alignments on the bridge layers and so on. But it's the typical sort of workflow that we use in a normal AutoCAD file as well. This is their naming structure. They've got some layer states and what have you. And we're going to have a look at something else today. When we bring this file, which has got the UK layer naming standard, is there a way that we can transfer the layers from this file automatically, if we've got somewhere other mapping, onto the US standard? And to that end, what I've done is I've just isolated the alignment layers as an illustration. I then assigned these alignment layers onto some lines that I drew, and we're going to see that we can map these lines across in the US file onto the US layers automatically using a layer translator. Now you can imagine this can be done for standards between countries, or BIM standards, or even between companies. So if you've got a consultant that continues or that regularly works for you and they've got their own layer standard, and you would like to from time to time transfer these layers onto the correct layers, at least if it's not complete, then you would get 70-80% of the work done, then that is what I would recommend. So we're going to have a look at that when we bring this file into the US file next. Okay, so here we've got the the US file open, and if we look at the layers, we'll see that they're named differently to the UK layers. And if we have a good look at the layers, then we might find that under the C road layers, I can't see the alignments here, so we'll be looking at the C road layers. There they are, and we'll be mapping these lines across. So one would know which layers to map them onto, but we're just going to do this as an exercise to see that you can do this, just to give you an example of what you can do. Okay, so let's have a look at how we now transform these layers. We are in the UK file. We're going to transform them across into US layers. So on our Manage tab, we go to the Layer Translator tab. What we'll see on the left hand side, it's nice to make this dialog a little bit bigger so one can see what's going on. There are some settings over there that you can change, whether to force object color to by layer, etc. And on the left hand side is the Translate From panel, where all the layers in the current drawing are indicated. So let's have a look at something. We are looking at the alignments. There we go, there's the alignments layers. And on the right hand side, we're going to load just a drawing. So you can choose a template, a standards, or a drawing file, and to go and open that. What this now does is it loads the layers in the American standard in, so that we can map them across, and that will be within the road section. We said we're going to map some of them across. C road, there we go. And I'm just going to haphazardly map them across just to show you how. So you would choose one on the left, you would choose one on the right, and then you would say map. And what that does is it puts the mapping over here. So it says this layer must map onto that layer, and so on carries on. This one, I'm just going to go like that. And one can go through it like that. Now clearly they would have to have meaning, not like I'm doing here. And then we go OK. Just quickly get through the alignment layers there. Alright. And so now we can also save this mapping for future reference. So we can go save. And let's just save it in our working directory. And I'm going to say UK to US layer translator. Save. So the result of that, if I'm not translating anything now, I'm just going to say cancel. Let's go back to the dialog, layer translator. You can see there is no mappings, but I can load, and now I can choose to load from a standards file, that's what it's saved as, the UK to US translator, and it will remember how it must map the layers. So you can, once you've done this for one situation, in this case UK to US, then you save it as a file. You can always apply it to a further file. You can do the same thing in reverse. You can do US to UK, or company A to company B. Whatever translation you need to apply, you can apply here. And then the last part of this is to actually say translate. So translate and save mapping information, or translate only. I'm only going to translate because I've already saved this, so translate. And there you can see how the layers have now changed. So let's have a look at their names. This one is now American Standard. That one, that's still UK, so I'm still map that one. This one, American Standard. That one still must be mapped. This one, American. And so you can see how it's translated the layers across into the American Standard where the mapping was applied. Clearly there are 1, 2, 3, this one, 4. There are still 4 layers that need to be mapped. And so all that must happen is those mappings must be indicated on this layer translator. Let's just see what this is called. M alignment trans. M alignment transition. So we'll go to the layer translator, and we're going to have a look at the alignments. Well, let's just load this quickly. Load the US translator. Okay, there we've got the CZZ35. You can see how it's based on a code 3540. There we go. There's the alignment. Alright, so if we can't get it this way, let's just get the properties of this. (351040M) alignments transition. And so you would have to go and find these. So these only load the layers that's in the standards, and if we load the DWG, the mappings stay, but the extra layers become available. (3510) alignments. There's the alignments transition. That hasn't been included yet, so we can map that across to road. That's the road profile map. There's another one, and so on. And that's how we do that. Afterwards, save. We save that in the correct folder as a DWS standards file. Overwrite the existing, translate, and now we'll find that the that's now done. Right, so that's the method of working through this. You set it up once and then you'll take it from there. Have a nice day and enjoy AutoCAD. Bye then.